Hey y'all! If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I go by Aya Online. I'm an artist and small business owner that balances being creative with having a full-time job. With so many art strategies and techniques out there, I know trying to figure out what to study to get better as an artist can feel overwhelming. So today I'm going to talk about what's helped me improve over time and what you can do to practice on a budget. A little backstory: like most artists, I started drawing when I was a kid. I've always wanted to be an artist, and I've loved drawing, and I share almost every picture with like my friends and family when I was growing up. I used to draw on mostly like line paper, and I mostly stuck to character art. There's a focus on anatomy and the human body and like sometimes animals, just people. I want to talk about what's helped me as far as like my character development and how I improve my anatomy. Like with anything, it's with a lot of good old fashioned studies. So I know you've heard it all before when it comes to like, oh, well, you need to start with the foundations. You need to start from square one. But it really does start with like simplifying things before you like dive right in. I want to talk about the first part of improving, and that is simplifying form into shapes. So what I mean by simplifying form into shapes is looking at objects and people and like simplifying different parts of the body or that object into one or like multiple shapes to help you like visualize the whole person, if that makes sense. Basically I see everything in like circles, squares, rectangles, triangles. Like you can practice this a lot by like referencing photos of objects. You can use cups or bottles and people to draw over just to understand the basic shapes that are going on underneath the clothing, because sometimes you can't really see that too well when people are wearing like layers and layers of fabric. So mostly pretty much everything can be simplified into basic shapes. You'll find yourself doing this repeatedly once you get the hang of it, because it's going to be like a foundation that you pretty much start every art piece with. So one of the resources that I like to use for references is Pinterest. Now, nowadays it's hard to sift through a lot of the like AI slop that they have up there. It just takes some sifting through, but you can find some decent modeling references up there. And I don't recommend just tracing over it, the picture. I recommend like using it as a template. You can pick an image that you like and import it into the drawing program that you use and lower the opacity, and then go over it with like a different color pencil, like a pink or red color, something that's easy to like look, differentiate it, and then just like draw the shapes over the body until you kind of get like a general idea of how the body connects to each other. So I recommend using references. Don't feel bad about using references. I'm not sure what like the controversy is about it, but everybody uses references to learn from. At some point it doesn't just like pop out of your head unless you're like a genius, which I'm not. So yeah, definitely use references. So the third thing that I recommend is understanding three-dimensional space, which pretty much is like perspective. So another important piece that helped me like improve is understanding three-dimensional space, and along with breaking things down into basic shapes, there's depth to everything. So when you draw a circle on paper, it comes across flat. However, by adding curved lines, you create depth that helps the eye see the shape more three-dimensionally. So start by drawing shapes in different angles. Think about what you see at eye level, which is basically the horizon line, and your perspective, and how objects will appear depending on where you look at them. So if you are looking downwards at an object, then you're going to see most likely the top of that object from your perspective, or vice versa if you're looking at it from above or below. Like, say you're like an insect on the ground, and you're looking like up at this floating box or something in the sky, then you're only going to see like the underside of it. So just experiment with different perspectives and draw shapes in different angles, and eventually you'll kind of understand how the body changes in three-dimensional space, because that same rule is going to apply like when you look at someone from above. Say you look at them, you only see the top of their head and probably like the collarbone area, and then actually some parts of the body will be like missing from view completely, just because of that like distortion, if that's the best word. Like you're not going to see all of the body depending on like what angle you're looking at. So the better you get at it, the more realistic and more like easier it'll be to convey the different like perspectives and like your anatomy, and just get better at art overall. So I hope this helped someone out there. If you have been struggling with how to get better at anatomy, this is just some tips that helped me when I was first getting started. So of course, experiment with different like things that you see online and like techniques, and do what works best for you. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.